Thank you, and good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order and acknowledge that we're in Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, Innu, Cree, and Dakota peoples, and in the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake First Nation in Treaty 3 territory. My name is Lynn Nesbitt, and I'll be chairing today's panel. Joining me on the panel is Mike Colatruglio, who's sitting in Boardroom A, and Michelle Duncan via Zoom. Our assessor today is Justin Mikulek, and our administrative personnel is Fran Picotto. We'll be hearing applications for revision of the business assessment role in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act and the City of Winnipeg Charter. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that are made at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessments of property are not considered evidence of market value by the Board of Revision. The Board of Revision is appointed annually by Council and is independent of it and the City Administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the Board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value, or to the Court of King's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with the Board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I'll confirm the points of appeal with your property to be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions that the applicant may have, and then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all of the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the Board will deliberate in private and make its decisions. You will receive the Board's decision by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. We will be hearing items 3 and 4 on our docket today. Ms. Picotto, please affirm the assessor's and applicant's testimony.
Mr. Assessor, please state your full name.
Justin Mikulek.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Applicant, please state your full name.
Marcelo Navarro.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we only have 2 items on the docket today. We'll start with item 3. This is file number 24-4729455 Lagimodier Boulevard. And Mr. Navarro, I just like to confirm your appeal is with respect to the annual rental value, the total annual rental value.
Correct.
Thank you. Mr. Mikulek, go ahead with your evidence, please.
Okay. So yeah, we have this property is a cemetery, and I had revised the business value down to, on page 2, you could see 271,140, which would bring it in line with how we calculate these properties using 10% of the realty, because they are a unique space where they wouldn't be valued with as similar as table rents, because they're so specific. They wouldn't really be renting this out to anybody. So we use a economic rent calculation of 10% of the realty plus the occupancy. And so that would revise it down to 271,140 would be the recommendation here. Would that be accepted? I assume it will be. Or
thank you very much. Mr. Navarro.
Yes, I have no issues with that. Just I mean just want to tell the assessor though. I think it was in the evidence that I submitted that the property had been appealed to the municipal board. So if the board wants to accept that, that's fine. But the realty was already appealed, so the business assessment would also be appealed following that.
Okay, so at this point, you have no issues, but you're not necessarily accepting. Is that
I
what
just
you're
wanted
telling
to,
us?
yeah, and I wanted to tell the assessor up front. I mean, and he saw the evidence that we were appealing this to the municipal board.
Okay,
So,
you're
yeah,
actually appealing the original value of 294,300. Well, on the
exactly.
you're appealing on the realty side,
Yeah, it's
correct?
more so the realty side,
Okay.
and the issues with that are dealing more with the land value.
Right, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Mr. Colatruglia, any questions for the assessor?
I do not have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Duncan?
No questions, thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Navarro, we've noted that you're requesting confirmation
Yes.
of a value. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Okay.
Anything further to add then on this?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Let's move to item 4 then. This is item 4, file number 24-4730, 4,000 Portage Avenue. Again, Mr. Navarro, this is an appeal of the total ARV.
Correct.
Thank you. Mr. Mikola.
Okay, yeah, so we have 4,000 Portage Avenue, which is another cemetery. Now, for this one, the 10% economic rent calculation on page 2 based on the realty value would actually be quite higher than the annual rental value that went out. I mean, in this case, we're not going to ask for the increase. We'll just leave it at the 314,640. And I do believe, again, with this one is similar to the prior one where there's an outstanding municipal board that's been appealed on the realty end of things. And so from our end, we're just asking for it to be confirmed because using the 10% economic rent calculation would end up being higher. So we will just leave it at what it is. And that would conclude the presentation.
Thank you. Mr. Navarro.
It's the same thing. We are just asking for a confirmation.
Okay.
For the same reasons.
For the same reasons. Thank you. Ms. Duncan, any questions?
No questions, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Colatruglia, any questions?
Just out of just curiosity, is the appeal for realty on how it was done? Because these have been set for many, many years on how to do cemeteries. Has there been a calculation error on it, Mr. Navarro?
Well, I think we have a large disagreement with how the cemeteries actually have been valued. And they deal with, I mean, I don't know if you want me to get into the issues, but
I'm just give me a quick
to summarize.
Like I said, I thought these things were, based on how many places are left and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so that would be the internment counts.
Yeah.
That would be also the existing land value on the remaining lots that haven't been
Right.
where internments do not exist. Also some of the buildings that we feel should not be assessed. And I believe with this case, I think in terms of the cost value, we came up with a different value on the new funeral home. And I believe also there was an existing funeral home that hadn't been taken off the roll yet, which was torn down actually already. So
Okay.
it
I
was
was just curious because, like I said, this is in my recollection, these things are very straightforward. So that I was just kind of curious to see what the issue was, but I appreciate that and thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, I have no questions. So with that, I think we've heard all items scheduled on today's docket, and this hearing is now adjourned. So thank you, Mr. Navarro and Mr. Mikulak.
Thank you
Okay,
very
thank
much.
you very much.
Have a good day, everyone.
Yep,
Have
you
a good
too.
day.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you Friday, I guess.